Okay, here we are at Road Atlanta, driving a Mach1. We're going to go on board with Jeff Mad Dog Lacina. I hope that's good angle.
We'll find out.
Look forward. I'm looking through the back window of the camera.
Probably catching a lot of rearview mirror.
Okay, good.
Where'd you guys go to eat last night, Alan?
We went to the same little sports bar we went the night before. Jack's, I think it's.
And it's Alan, right?
It is Alan. Yeah.
Who came down with you?
John with MustangDriver.com.
No, but was that who was standing there with you?
Yes.
No, here, just right there.
Your buddy John.
Yeah, my buddy John. Yeah.
I know him from Lakeland, and
Gotcha.
we go to the same sports bar there, Beef O'Brady's. And he told me about this show, and he needed a truck, and I said, well, we'll take my truck, and we'll go.
There you go.
What a great show.
Well, with it being Easter weekend, the attendance isn't quite what they were hoping to, but, you know, the problem is when you're trying to get a track,
Yep.
It's so hard to get track dates.
There's 52 weeks in the year, and there's 1,000
organizations and groups, and but a lot of times Easter weekend is open because a lot of people don't want Easter weekend, but that's why they ran Friday and Saturday to stay off of Sunday. So we tried a Mother's Day event one year in Oklahoma. Did not go over well. Father's Day, yes. Father's Day, yeah, but Mother's Day, no bueno. That was no bueno. Learned our lesson there.
That's just somebody that built a track car?
I think that car was built as what's called a body in white. You could buy just a plain body shell from Ford essentially as a part, and you build it into a race car. That way you don't, if you buy a street car and convert it into a race car, there's a lot of stuff you don't need. A lot of wiring, a lot of sound deadening, insulation, and stuff you don't need in a race car. So you can buy just a body in white that's the shell and then build it as you want. So.
And I presume they're spacing people out.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, up here you'll see when he lets us go. We get up there, he lets us go. But I think this session will still be starting under a yellow flag. We'll have a couple laps of yellow. And that's so that all the drivers can see where the corner stations are. Because the corner workers out here are our eyes and ears.
Sure.
They essentially help us with vision and letting us know what's ahead or not ahead of us.
Now, are they doing that by radio in your ear or with flags?
With flags.
Okay.
They communicate with flags. So part of what we teach in driving school is always be looking at the flags. What do the flags mean? That's sending us a message.
Now, what kind of horsepower does this car make?
I think this is 480.
Wow, it will go, won't it? Pretty good too.
Track's warming up. I've already driven the car a couple sessions, so I got heat in the tires. Alright, here's the roller coaster at Road Atlantis. About a 10-story drop.
Holy moly!
It's a lot, probably the most fun you can have in a car with your clothes on.
But I can feel the back of this car drifting quite a bit.
Oh no, we're not drifting at all. We're hooked up nice. I'm barely slid the tires. That's what you feel in the suspension work and helping us drive, like right there,
Yeah.
putting the power down and rotating the car. It's a parade.
Yeah, wow.
Are you doing okay?
Oh, yeah, good.
All right. Come on, guys, let's go.
Wow. Now there's nobody behind you.
Nope. This will be some good video too.
Oh, yeah. What do you think got some brakes, doesn't it?
This is essentially the hardware off the GT350. And now that they're building the 500, the 350 is, they're no longer building it.
Sure.
And that's what performance driving is about.
Wow.
Outpacing your buddies around the racetrack.
That is awesome. Then you do this for hours on end in an endurance race.
Yep. And the thing about it as a hobby, it's so addictive because you never run the perfect laps. There's always something you can do better. It's like, do you play golf?
Yep.
Right? You've never hit the perfect shot. You never played the perfect hole. You never played the perfect round. There's always something you feel you can do better.
Yep.
And it's the same thing as a driver. Is when you really get into this as a driver, oh man, I was just a little late on the throttle. Man, I missed that apex. I just missed it a little bit. I could do better. So that's what, if you're really into challenging yourself to become more consistent, more precise, more advanced in your understanding of the physics involved, you just could drive yourself crazy.
Well, now, you have obviously done a lot of laps on this track.
Before yesterday, I hadn't been here for 18 years.
Wow.
But I've done lots of laps on other tracks, and it's just a matter of getting to know the track layout and how to utilize it using all the skills that you brought from other tracks.
Well, so much of this track you can't see.
Right.
At very critical points. You obviously.
Well, what I do here is, you know, my morning warm-ups, especially yesterday, the voice I hear in my head, I kind of put some words in my own head. I swear the track is there.
Yeah.
I swear the track is there.
Yeah.
You know, so you just have to have the confidence, but it's knowing where to position your car to make sure that you're in the right place on the track so that you can come down that hill, go to the edge, and start your turn. You know, so it's. Did you notice the colored boxes on the bridge above us?
I did not.
Yeah. So, you know, there's 3 boxes up there. So for me, I'm all the way over to the far left box that I go under because that puts me in the right position for going down the hill.
Okay.
Up here, climbing up this hill, heading towards the S's, there's 2 pine trees up on top of the hill. When I get through the turn, I aim for the middle of them, and then as I go up the hill, then I switch my aim to here. As soon as I do that, I'm in the right position to make the turn. So a lot of the visual references we use aren't even on the racetrack.
Now, what we did in this car today, could this car do this for 24 hours without a failure?
Well,
You'd have to have tires and brakes.
tires and brakes are the big thing, and how you drive it, and are you trying for 24 hours of as fast as you can go?
Yeah.
Because an endurance race is about strategy and maximizing the resources that you do have.
Yeah.
If I drive at this pace, I'm going to burn this much fuel, so I'm going to have to stop this much, you know, so if I back it down to this pace, I'm going to save fuel, I'll save tires and brake pads, but I'll be able to finish, you know, 'cause the more you stop, the more time you waste.
Now, but the car, the suspension components,
Oh,
the
yeah.
engine, the transmission,
This is a 100,000 mile easily car to do this.
like we were driving it today. Wow.
And that's the great thing about the cars now is you can have a car that you can take to church on Sunday and drive on the track on Saturday and take to church on Sunday.
Drive to the track,
Right.
not have to trailer.
Now, when you really become advanced, like for me, I would put in a different brake pad material
Okay.
that's better resistant to the heat that we generate.
Right.
But they don't work well on the street.
Right.
You know, but that's where Ford is selling a street car.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to take it to the track, well, I'm going to order up more metallic, more track-oriented brake pads to put in for the track weekend. And when I get home Sunday night, I'll take those pads out and put my street pads back in. So.
Yeah. Well, you could drive it to the track with those.
Yeah.
brakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's amazing. Motorsports it's truly been a good trickle down. Trying to get it stopped. It looks like we're still recording.